Good day, everybody. Again, my name is Eric Leyland, and today in our newsletter, or I should say this month in the newsletter, what we're going to discuss are some myths that are coming up around cookie deprecation. So just roll this back a little bit. I've been working in digital advertising for close to 20 years now, helping local businesses, regional agencies, marketing professionals across the country in advertising in the digital universe. So one of the big things that has happened this year in 2024, and as we get into the rest of this year, is challenges around precise targeting when using a cookie. So what is a cookie? First and foremost, it's the information that's gathered from your user profile when you're on a website. So as you visit websites, those things are being collected. Those are called cookies. What's happening is Google and this timeline accurately kind of depicts what's really going on right now. So as we can see here, Google's announcing that they've delayed some of the things that are going on, but they've actually started rolling a little bit of the deprecation out, meaning that they're rolling back percentages of the amount of cookies that are being collected. So not everybody is affected by it, but it's a rollout, and it'll extend into the end of this year and into next year. So when we look at, again, what Simplifi does, so the company that I work at represents ad tech and digital marketing in the programmatic space. So again, what does that mean for anybody that may be new to this? So programmatic advertising is one of the major pillars of media buying in the online universe. So there are three main pillars. There's search, social, and the rest of the web. The rest of the web is kind of the nomenclature that I use for discussing programmatic inventory. So when you look at that, it's your mobile device, advertising on apps, advertising on connected TV, streaming, all those different places that you can see ads. So we know that people spend a lot of time on their mobile device. There's lots of websites and apps that they're engaging with, and advertising exists in those environments. And so what does Simplifi do, and what does ad tech do? It's helping to position your ad in front of those. And for many platforms, it's using cookies to be able to target that. So cookies are an important piece to targeting in this environment because we want to make sure that the ads are landing on individuals who represent the demographics of who you want to reach out to. So if you are an advertiser and you know the persona and the demographics of who you want to target, then it's important to make sure that you're actually landing ads in the hands of the people that it makes sense to do. And that's really what Simplifi's job is. Now, when you look at Simplifi, one of the unique standings that we have within this environment is that there are two main features as to why people use Simplifi. The first is that we hyper-target geographically where ads land. So that's important. You want to make sure that, again, if you have an idea of where your advertiser is, that your ads are landing in those spots. So we can do that to buildings, to homes, to event centers, in a lot of different ways. We have precision in our targeting that allows ads to land in those environments geographically. Then also we have the ability, and through our platform, we have audience metrics that are already ingested and live within our in our technology that is not reliant on cookies. Now, we do use cookies for some of the advertising, and we have different ways of applying cookies to different campaigns that we run in different environments. But by and large, we are not cookie dependent, meaning that we do not need cookies to lay in audience metrics to campaigns that we are running. So as we talk about that, why is that important? And what is going on in this industry, and what are some of the myths that are going on? So myth number one is that this is going to end effective advertising, and that couldn't be more not the case, right? So I just talked about within Simplifi, we probably only rely on maybe 20 or 30% of our campaigns running with cookie information. The rest of those campaigns are running off of the database that we have internalized, and as it talks about here, we have abilities to addressably geofence homes, target those individuals, and the environments that they live and operate. So we are doing this through GPS and coordinating the advertising through our technology to allow the ads to land on homes that we've shown intent of those individuals that have been interested in certain things. So, and I've shown it in other videos, I'm not going to show it here, but there's ways to go in and pick your audience based off of their interest, their household income. All those things are baked into the Simplifi platform. So we don't rely on going out there and buying these individual cookies of people. That does not have to happen in our environment, and we can do it, and we can make sure that your advertising is still effective. So myth number one busted. We can still do effective advertising in 2024 through the Simplifi platform, making sure that we're coordinating the advertising geographically and that we're using our technology to hone in on those individuals that make sense. So, myth number 2, precision and accuracy in audience targeting are compromised. Again, there is that understanding that cookies are important and that if we don't have cookies, that we can't do precision or accurate targeting to those people that have shown an intent in this because they've been on websites. That is not the case, because we can, again, target geographically through geofencing and make sure that we can get to the people and get to the areas that we've seen conversions. So one of the things that we can do is we can actually set up conversion zones so that if somebody receives the information in a certain spot and they walk into your business, or we have a conversion zone that's set up, we can actually monitor those engagements to understand if we're accurately getting the right types of people. I just worked with an agency that has a client that's a band, and so they were advertising to specific different venues, and we can actually see if they went to the venue that they had the concert at. So it's a really powerful way to show intent, to show accuracy, to show precision. So myth number 2, busted, right? So we can now show this stuff, and we can still show these types of targeting options and make sure that your advertising is landing. And the final one, myth number 3, difficulty in attribution. So again, this is one of the things that we know that cookies can provide, is allowing us to be able to get to the point that we know that these are things that are landing and that this audience is actually who we want to reach out to. So attributing your advertising and making sure that it's reaching the right person is going to be really, really important. So first party data is really, really something that's should be on the forefront of every advertiser as we look at 2024. So what is first party data? First party data is the information coming from your own modeling. So you've had people that have gone to your website, they've signed up for something, they've given it to you. That person has given it to you, and that's why it's called first party data. So whether that person signing up for a newsletter, they bought something from you through your website, that transaction is monitored and you have that information given to you and it's been opted into. That's first party data. We can take that information and now apply it to your campaigns and start advertising to those individuals, and again, use tools to anonymize it so we're not concerned about their privacy. There's a really great tool that's called LiveRamp that can take that information in, apply it to a digital marketing campaign, and make sure that that person's personal information is not being targeted, but that user identification is being, and we can, again, reach that person without them being compromised, and we know that this is really important as we get into 2024. So moving forward, cookies are slowly deprecating, right? We're not totally there yet. We've only started to see that, but again, most of our campaigns do not live in this environment. We do not target this environment. We have a lot of different options to be able to provide solutions for advertisers that in this day and age understand the challenges, understand some of the things that may be going on out there, and through precision and through Simplifi's targeting, we can do that. So to speak on that, just to talk about some of the solutions, and I've kind of covered this before, but we talked about addressable and targeting the homes, connected TV, mobile, video, display, native, audio. These are all solutions that are at the fingertips of our platform to be able to get messaging into their hands. So if you're doing Google ads or if you're doing meta advertising, this environment's critical, especially as those environments are getting harder to display ads and get the audience to understand what your services and products are. You need programmatic advertising to be that third pillar and make sure that your ads are landing in the right place at the right time to the right individual. And again, with cookies going away, it's getting harder, but that's not really an issue within the Simplifi environment. So hopefully we've been able to unpack and uncover and debunk some of the myths that are out there. But if you have more questions, if you have more concerns about what your current trajectory is, feel free to reach out to me and we can set up a one-on-one. So again, thank you for sitting in on this and thank you for your time, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Again, my name is Eric Leyland and I'm here to help. Thanks and be blessed.